The desert planet of Krixtor was dying, and everyone knew it. The water processors had failed 3 months ago, and the Galactic Relief Council had deemed the world too expensive to save. Most species had already evacuated. Private James Cooper wasn't even supposed to be there. His cargo transport had crashed during a supply run, stranding him in the scorching wasteland with nothing but his survival pack and a single canteen of water. Command said rescue would take 4 days. He'd been walking for 6 hours when he heard a voice. "Please, sir, just 1 sip of water." James turned and saw a small dragon, maybe 8 years old in human terms, sitting against a collapsed building. His scales were dull grey instead of the vibrant colours dragons were known for, cracked and peeling from dehydration. His wings hung limp at his sides. "Hey, buddy," James said softly, kneeling beside him. He assessed the kid quickly. Severe dehydration, heat exhaustion, maybe hours from death. "Where are your parents?" he asked. "Gone." The dragon's voice was barely a whisper. "Evacuation ship. No room for me. Too big." He tried to smile with cracked lips. "Dragons take up too much space," they said. "But they promised they'd come back for me." His golden eyes dimmed. "Just 1 sip. Please." James looked down at his canteen, half full. Maybe enough to reach the rescue point if he was careful. If he was lucky. Command had been clear, the desert was lethal. He needed every drop to survive. He unscrewed the cap and held out the canteen. "Take it all, kid." The dragon's eyes widened. "No, sir. Just a sip. You need." "I need you to drink," James interrupted, pressing the canteen into the boy's trembling claws. "All of it. That's an order." "But you'll die," the dragon whispered. "Maybe. Maybe not." James smiled faintly despite the fear gnawing at his gut. "But you'll definitely die without it. So drink up." The dragon stared at him with an expression far too old for such a young face, the look of someone who had learned too early that the universe could be cruel. Then he drank. Desperate gulps that made his whole body shudder with relief. James watched the canteen empty and did the math in his head. 4 days without water in this heat. He'd be dead in 2. Maybe 3, if he found shade. But the kid would live. That had to count for something. "Why?" the dragon asked, after draining the last drop. Already, his scales were brightening slightly. "You don't know me.
I'm nobody."
"You're not nobody," James said, pushing himself to his feet, swaying slightly. "You're a kid who got left behind. And where I come from, we don't leave kids to die in the desert. Not if we can help it." "Your people do this? Give away their water?" the dragon asked quietly. "Sometimes we're stupid like that," James said with a grin. The dragon tried to stand but collapsed again. James caught him, lifting the surprisingly light body despite his own exhaustion. "What are you doing?" "Carrying you," James said. "There's a settlement 15 clicks north. Might have water. Might not. But we're going to find out together." "You can't carry me that far," the dragon protested. "Not in this heat. Not without water. Watch me." James started walking. Each step felt heavier than the last, the sun beating down like a hammer. His mouth went dry within an hour. By hour 2, his vision blurred. By hour 3, he was stumbling more than walking. "Put me down," the dragon begged. "Please, let me die. Save yourself." "Not happening, kid." By hour 4, James fell to his knees. Got back up. Fell again. "Why?" the dragon sobbed. "Why are you doing this?" "Because," James's voice cracked. "Because someone's got to prove there's still good in the universe. Might as well be us." He took another step. Another. Then his legs gave out completely. This time, the dragon caught him, surprising strength in his small frame. "No," the dragon said fiercely. "Your turn. I carry you." "You can't," James whispered. "You gave me water. Gave me life," the dragon said, his scales glowing brighter now, vibrant blue emerging through the grey. "My turn to be stupid." Together, they moved, James leaning on the small dragon, the dragon supporting James's weight. Step by agonizing step, they made their way north. When a rescue ship finally found them 12 hours later, James was unconscious. The dragon was crying, still holding him upright, refusing to let him fall. The medic said James had been minutes from death, that giving away his water was reckless, even suicidal. But 3 days later, when James opened his eyes, the first thing he saw was the dragon kid sitting beside his bed. His scales were now a brilliant sapphire blue, his eyes bright and full of life. "You're alive," the boy whispered. "So are you," James smiled weakly. "Told you we'd be stupid together." The dragon carefully placed something in James's hand, his military canteen, polished to a shine, with new words engraved on the side. "For the human who taught me that one sip is never enough, when you can give everything. My name is Cricto," the dragon said softly. "And when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you, stupid enough to save people." James laughed, tears in his eyes. "Best kind of stupid there is."